I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh and Angel Ortega. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour. It's too sweet to be sour. My friend and yours, the co-host of the Courtside Soundoff podcast, Angel Ortega, rocking the Nautica sweatshirt this week. Yeah, guys, look, I'm not gonna lie, not the deepest week. UFC Vegas 110. We have another Apex card. But the bigger story of this week is a bunch of news, which we will get into, not just, obviously, the betting controversy, which I feel like everybody's talked about by now. Also, the Jake Paul, Tank Davis news. And we'll talk about some other stuff as well. Nonetheless, before we break into all the action, a couple sponsors of the show, Rogue Energy, ELYXR, and BetMGM. Rogue Energy keeps me fueled up whether I'm at home, at the gym, or doing this podcast. They help me get to the finish line with their amazing products. And they can help you get there as well with code SOUNDOFF at checkout. It's code SOUNDOFF at checkout for 10% off of all your energy needs. Meanwhile, ELYXR, guys, it was just just Halloween. You know what I did? I took some ELYXR gummies, had them in my tummy, watched some old movies, had to watch The Thing. I talked about that last week. Just a John Carpenter fucking classic, you know. My girl had never seen it, so got to watch that.
You know what I've been meaning to rewatch?
Hit me with it.
And I did watch The Batman a little bit, kind of skimmed through it because I was at work, so I didn't get to like really sit down and enjoy it. By the way, I forgot how long that shit was.
It's a very long movie.
Like I forgot how long, but it's very well made. I've been meaning to rewatch Batman Begins. I haven't seen Batman Begins in forever. I remember growing up and pre The Batman. Batman Begins for me fell like very near the bottom of like kind of like where I wanted to watch Batman content.
Yes.
I feel like now I can maybe have a different level of appreciation, and it's a pretty old film at this. Well, not old, but
I mean, it's 20 years old now.
Actually?
Yeah, 2005.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you hate that, don't you? No, I mean, I absolutely get you, dude. Because like for the longest time, I haven't seen Batman Begins probably since like around the time The Dark Knight Rises came out. Because remember, like I watched the other, like The Dark Knight.
I was taking into account that when Batman Begins came out, you were 4 years old.
Well, yeah, obviously, but like I watched like whenever The Dark Knight Rises came out, I was like 11, 12, and by that point, I was getting really into Batman and all that shit. Yeah, dude, I've not seen Batman Begins for like forever, but that's, shout out Cillian Murphy. That was one of his first like really big roles, It's coming straight off of like 28 Days Later, I think at that point.
Playing Scarecrow.
I know they had Ra's al Ghul, Liam Neeson in that one. Yeah, dude, like I've not seen that movie in forever. That's honestly like a really good.
I mean, there's like I tell anybody with any old superhero any movies, like you got to appreciate it for what it is for the time. Like it was like very like this is early in the whole. This is before like peak Marvel, dude. Before any of this shit, before Endgame, before like any of this massive like big superhero love that we know today, where we were still getting movies that were falling short, like fucking. What we have, Spawn, Daredevil with Affleck, the Punisher movies that came out at that time,
the Fantastic Four movies, which I enjoyed as a child, but were honestly really awful.
I probably still selflessly enjoyed them.
The second one was really bad. The Silver Surfer one was really bad, but I could see the first one. The first one, I still have a lot of nostalgia.
And dude, even later stuff that came off like that even came a little bit after that. I can't even remember when did Ghost Rider come out. Like I feel like Ghost Rider came out around 2007. I have like a guilty pleasure for Ghost Rider, by the way.
Well, because Ghost Rider, if we're being completely honest about it, is the most badass superhero. I mean, dude, let's just be honest.
How have we not gotten like a Ghost Rider show or movie in recent time? We need it. Inject it into my veins, Marvel. Give me some fucking Ghost Rider.
Yeah, you know what?
By the way, there's no good Ghost Rider. Well, in my hot personal opinion, there's no good Ghost Rider comic runs right now. There is a Ghost Rider comic that I do kind of want to read, but I haven't seen some reviews. It doesn't seem to be doing that well.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, Ghost Rider. If we're talking about pure aura, I feel like.
By the way, the fact that they got fucking Nicolas Cage for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, thinking about it now in hindsight, several years later, it's kind of like, like that's.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like Nicolas Cage was. Fuck, was it Johnny Cage?
No, that's
Johnny Cage.
That's Mortal Kombat.
That's
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. My bad. My fucking bad.
No, you're good.
I do that too. That's what makes me mad. I said Johnny Cage. It's funny. I think I said it because I saw them because they finally came out with a Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, right?
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, it looks so good.
Which, by the way, I can't believe they made they were like this we got a video game movie that actually had success where we're gonna get a sequel to them.
Yeah, well, and not even just that, but we're getting Mortal Kombat 2, and then also next year we're also getting Street Fighter.
Which with an insane cast, which I'm curious to see how that all plays. I'm hoping it'll be good.
I have not high expectations. I expect that it'll be a fun movie.
Who's directing it?
That's a good question, actually.
I actually don't know that.
Street Fighter.
It's like Spielberg. Nah, I know it's not, but could you imagine?
I think Steven Spielberg wanted to direct I read something recently that he wanted to direct a Call of Duty movie or something. And then Call of Duty, they wouldn't give him the creative freedom, so they were like, nah, fuck that. He wanted the creative freedom.
Do you think they could make a good Call of Duty movie?
I think yeah,
Soap
dude.
in there.
Yeah,
Ghost.
you could do that, but you don't even necessarily need to. You could probably just create an original story within the Call of Duty universe about war and sacrifice and all the generic stuff they have in there.
Mendes.
Okay, this is a really weird director. Okay. Kaito Sakurai, Japanese-born American.
I feel like that's the right move though.
But here's the thing. He's only directed a couple of things, okay? He directed Bad Trip, which was a comedy, prank movie with Eric Andre. Which
I remember that.
Which I thought was really funny. I liked it. I guess he also directed Twisted Metal, which is the TV show. I liked the first season.
They did good for
I'll watch anything with Stephanie Beatriz in it. And I've not seen season 2, but I've heard that season 1 was really, really good. So there you go. Samoa Joe's in there. What else? And then he did a movie, Butterfly. Not a movie, I guess it's a Korean TV show on Amazon. And that's it. So let's see if this guy can cook, I guess. I mean, he's only done a few things and they're pretty solid, but then you look at the cast, dude. It's
they must have a lot of faith in him.
Oh my god. Jason Momoa, Noah Centineo, Roman Reigns, 50 Cent, Andrew Schultz, David Dalmatian, Cody Rhodes, Eric Andre, Kyle Mooney, Alexander Volkanovski.
Isn't that
it's so crazy.
Isn't Cody Guile?
He is. He's Guile, yeah.
That's pretty fitting.
Yeah, and I'm also excited for my boy David Dalmatian as M. Bison. I think that's going to be crazy. 50 Cent is Balrog. I feel like he's too old to do it now, but I mean, 20 years ago I'd be like, that's awesome casting, But we'll see, I guess. Maybe they'll de-age him like the Irishman,
Does he got Blanca in there?
Huh?
Blanca?
Yeah, Jason Momoa is playing.
He's playing fucking Blanca.
He's playing Blanca, yeah. Weird, right? Not weird, but I mean, he's a massive human being. So
I thought they could have found a Brazilian guy though to do it.
He's I guess they're like, fuck it, he's Hawaiian, that's close enough, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyways. Probably go ahead and you know what? This is actually interesting. I did not know this. The guy who was originally supposed to direct it before Kaito Sakurai was our boys, the Raka Raka guys. Yeah, dead ass, according to what I'm reading.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea.
That report.
Yeah, they dropped out in June 2024. That's crazy. I had no idea.
I'm guessing they probably maybe the studio considered them because of their old videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I wonder how they would have done.
Yeah, that's a big
what if right there.
That is. We'll see. I'm excited for it. I'm happy to see video game movies kind of having if we get Fallout Season 2 next month too.
We'll do video games, video game TV shows. I mean, granted, I think it's because of all the success of comic book movies, dude. Superhero movies,
yeah. Except people don't like superhero movies anymore, honestly.
Yeah,
not really.
They're kind of going down, but it's kind of they're hit or miss. It's either going to be good or not good. You know what I mean?
And I got to be honest with you, people hate it. I'm cautiously optimistic for the Doctor Doom Avengers movies. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Tom Holland Spider-Man too, right?
Yep.
Isn't that next year?
I believe so. Yeah.
Could be wrong. I could be wrong on that.
But regardless, I'm optimistic. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it. I'll wait and see. I mean, it seems a little bit dumb that Robert Downey Jr.'s back, but he was a little bit desperate. But desperation can create some awesome stuff occasionally.
We'll see.
Yep. Nonetheless, last sponsor, BetMGM. Look, this is not a good week to make this pitch. But if you want to go ahead and follow the link down below, get us to $1,500 in bonus bets paid back on your first entry if you not have bet with BetMGM before.
If you are not an athlete.
If you are not an athlete, a professional athlete, or a coach or manager or anything like that.
Or a referee.
A judge, a promoter.
Especially a referee.
Come to think of it, there's a lot of jobs that you can't do this. Point being,
part of a athletic commission,
yes, that as well. Are we missing anybody else? Doctors, if you're a doctor who works with some of these athletes, don't do that. Yeah, I think
physical therapists.
That works. Anybody with insider knowledge, I feel like
sports psychiatrists.
Point being, if you're one of those people, don't do it. If you're having any issues, if you're having issues with addiction, contact 1-800-GAMBLER. If you're having any problems, then something like stuff like that. But if not, if you want to follow the link down below, go and have some fun with us. We like to give out picks on this show. You take them for what they're worth. Hit in the main event last week, so that's big. In fact, we Steve Garcia by finish is basically the easiest money you're going to make if you're betting, because in the main event of UFC Vegas 110, Steve Garcia, Mean Machine, just continues to be the most overlooked fun fighter in the UFC. I feel like we're getting to the point where it's like no longer overlooked. This is a solid win though. I don't think it's going to get him into like a huge fight. I know he said that he wanted like Max Holloway BMF fight, which is
Max
very
5 to 45.
Yeah, very optimistic, Steve. But yeah, give me your thoughts on the win. I mean, he just walked him down, beat his ass. There's no other way to say it.
I couldn't believe it. I had some worries going into the fight, but the fact that he did it in that fashion, and I got to say it as easily as he did, when just used all the offense he could on him. Fuck, dude. Wow. I mean, good for him. Not continuing the fight finish streak because it ended because the Cater fight went to distance. But still, though, even having that finish in that mix, though, and that win streak is fucking insane. And it is Onama who, like I said, there were still questions. He was near the lower half of 45 anyways. But, I mean, now you kind of need a push, right? Like, you need to fight a Arnold Allen, a Josh Emmett. Like, you need one of those kind of established 45 names now to see like what Mean Machine is made of,
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's more than well deserving of it. And dude, to be honest, with the state of the division and how it is, like, and if Volkanovski sticks around, like, dude, one fight, one win, or he sneaks himself into a big fight against Gian Silva, which honestly we're getting rumors of was it Silva and was it Allen, or is it Silva and there's some reports that have been coming out on Twitter that are not.
I'll look into it. Yeah, I haven't heard about either of those actually.
Yeah. There's been reports coming out of Silva having a fight in Australia, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember against who, but regardless,
Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen.
So yeah, like
T-Mobile UFC 323.
But yeah, if for some reason like that fight doesn't come to fruition, he's able to sneak himself in there to fight either one of those guys. Like that's big.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that's pretty interesting. I really, really like, man. I really like Steve Garcia, man. I mean, I kind of expect this gonna happen. Like I said before, I was like, I like David Onama, but like
we've been on this train for a minute, man.
Yeah,
I have been for sure.
Exactly, dude. But I mean, like I said, like before the fight last week, I was like, like I like David Onama a lot. Could he win this one? Maybe, but like this feels like it's just a tailor-made matchup for Steve Garcia. When you look back at David Onama's history, I mean, the guy lost to Nate Landwehr. No offense to Nate Landwehr, but
Nate the Train.
He's basically, I mean, a very wild man, similar walk forward, brawling style. But Steve Garcia just so clean with it. He's got power in both hands, well-rounded game, and I wasn't surprised at all. He's now at number 8 in the division. Like you said, realistically, he can get one of those top guys. Maybe not in the immediate future, but like you said, an Arnold Allen type would be big. A Gian Silva, he's actually passed Gian Silva in the rankings now. Gian Silva, number 10.
Oh, wow.
How about maybe an Aljo Sterling fight? I mean, they're not. Lerone Murphy should be getting a title shot, but they won't give it to him probably.
So should Movsar Evloev.
Yeah, I mean, at 145, it's such a weird spot. I can't believe that Volk doesn't have a fight booked. You know what I mean? Like, it feels.
I mean, I feel like they're going to come up with it soon. They need to. I wonder if they're going to do like a headliner for that rumored Australia card or whatever. If it's going to be Topuria and Volk on the same card.
That would be interesting. So we still haven't had confirmation too, by the way. Now we're just 2 months out from like the Paramount debut, and the rumor was it was going to be Gaethje, Topuria. Now maybe Topuria, Patty, but we still don't have any announcements, so that's possible.
And Volk doesn't have a fight.
Yeah, dude, it's man, I feel like they're just, I don't know what they're waiting on.
I think they want to do something big for the first Paramount. They have to do something big for the first Paramount card.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back when they started ESPN, the first card they had was Cejudo Dillashaw, and that was like a non-pay-per-view.
Hey, Greta, what came after that was even fucking.
Oh
crazier.
My god, yeah, right. that also had Cowboy versus Hernandez.
How long did it take for that news to come out that TJ had tested positive for EPO?
Only, I mean, very quickly, under a few. I mean, within like 2 weeks. I mean, that's generally what it takes.
It was crazy because he went on GRE like what, a week after,
something like that.
like, which is even crazy.
Dude, remember whenever he was crying about the stoppage, like, and it's like, and then it came out that he failed the test too. It's like, dude, like. A lot of people are like TJ Dillashaw. He's still, he's really won some people over doing the podcast and all that. And I'm still not a TJ Dillashaw fan.
I mean, I enjoy TJ's work ethic.
Yeah, but
his hunger to win is something that I can't appreciate.
And look, I respect anybody who's got that dog in them, but I also, hitting the, ending sparring partners' careers. Failing the drug test.
No, definitely. I mean,
kind of being a little snake in the grass, as Conor McGregor said.
Yes.
So,
no. You're not incorrect, but I can't deny it though. Like some of those fucking performances,
he did cook. I will
were
say,
pretty fun. Like TJ as a fighter, like what he put in the cage, like entertainment wise, was fucking quality, dude.
Well, and it's funny because like the Renan Barão thing, like he ended Renan Barão's career, and now we kind of know like TJ was on all the sauce, so it makes sense.
Was he or was he not? I mean, we don't know that for a fact yet. Did they ever go back and test those samples? Do we know?
No, I don't think they did. Even if they did, I mean, it's possible that he still would have passed the test because like he was clearly trying to get around it to begin with. You know what I mean? I don't know. But the point being, like, those Renan Barão fights, like the first one, because I was watching MMA at that time, and Renan Barão was like 34-1. Like Renan Barão had not like. People were talking about like pound for pound number one.
Yeah, he was coming out with the Mizugaki win at the time, right?
He was either him or Eddie Wineland because he won the interim belt while Dom was out, defended it twice, got promoted to undisputed champ, and I think that undisputed champ fight was it like that was he beat Faber and then he had the title defense against TJ, but it was very close.
Didn't he have like one fight in there? I can't remember, but a guy with like I think a Hispanic sounding name. I mean, that's.
I mean, that's kind of vague, but I mean, I'm sure he did.
No. Like, but there was a fight in there that we're missing. I'm pretty sure. Trying to look for Half of the Sunset. I'm looking at it right now. Hugo Viana.
Okay, so he beats Faber for the answer title. He defends it against Michael McDonald. Forgot Michael McDonald existed.
Joe Soto.
Joe Soto.
There was a fight in there in between. I was.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Barão. Okay, yeah, Joe Soto. Oh my god.
I told you I wasn't that I'm not that stupid, guys. I knew there was one in between. It was fucking Joe Soto.
The most cursed card of all time. That card had 7 fights. Something like that.
UFC 127?
Yeah, it had 7 or 8 fights. Joe Soto stepped in on a day's notice. He was the defending champion of our favorite promotion.
8 fights.
Tachi Palace.
Dude, Chris Wade opened up this card.
And you know what's crazy too? They had trained together. So Joe Soto actually had like some decent success in that fight in the early rounds. Caught him a couple times, but then TJ Dillashaw just a head kick and just filthy.
Head kick in the 5th too, dude.
Yeah, filthy, dude. Just filthy head kick. And the fight, I wouldn't say it was close, but I think it was like 3 rounds to 1 at that point. Like Joe Soto was like a solid performance. One of the more fun stories of that little period of time. But look, yeah, man, we can kind of rally it back into Vegas 110. I mean, it's not that good of a card, but we
gotta talk about your favorite fighter in the promotion, Josh. I mean, you are the number one Waldo Cortez Acosta fan.
That's true. I'm a Waldo Cortez enjoyer.
You're the Waldo Cortez Acosta glazer.
Yeah, you know me. I've got my t-shirt's in the washer, else I would have worn it this week. Yeah, man, I was out there on Saturday night. It's true. You know this. I was out there with the Dominican flag, just waving it, Anyways, he defeats Ante DeLegia by first round knockout. The one time I thought about picking Waldo Cortez Acosta.
Now, we need to add a little context to this, though. It wasn't he just beat him.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
There was a eye poke in an exchange by Ante DeLegia against the cage, and the fight seemingly seemed like it had ended. I actually turned off, I turned off the broadcast for a second because I was like, I'll come back to it once the main event starts. I was like, oh, Ante won. You know what I mean? I come back and I see DeLegia knocked out. You can imagine my confusion of me trying to gather what kind of happened. And I was like, I played it back on the app. And I'm like, wait, there was an eye poke. They're restarting it. Oh my God.
Well, and the fact that it happened a week after the Tom Aspinall thing, I love Tom Aspinall, but at the same time, I was like, damn, that's kind of hard that Waldo Cortez Acosta went out there and did that, though. I got to be honest with you, You know, as much as you're like, you know, it's your favorite fighter, like I'll give him credit. That was pretty badass, you know? Getting the knockout after the eye poke, you know? Why not?
After he got fucked up too. Like he got fucked up. Like the
Yeah.
fight looked like it should have been
Like
stopped.
that was a rough one. And look, Ante Delija, you know, like I was never somebody. People were talking about like, oh yeah, he might be the next guy to get a title shot. Maybe him and Tom will have to fight. I'm like, guys, we're looking way too deep. In the
I mean,
future
he was
here,
definitely
you know?
he was definitely going to be a ranked heavyweight. Which, granted, in this current state of heavyweight, is like, you know.
I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like we could grab a random guy off the Chiefs and give him 3 weeks of sprawl training, and I think he could be a ranked heavyweight.
Dude, Josh Hokett might be ranked here in a week or two.
Oh,
I know you're
God.
excited for that. He makes me laugh. I can't deny it.
I know.
I don't
know.
necessarily agree with what he says, but
I mean,
I like him because he entertains
Yeah.
me. I do. I genuinely do.
Yeah.
Well-
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, it's just Colby Covington clone number 17, bro. I mean, it's just.
I think it's worse, dude. Actually,
I mean, he's worse. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Colby Covington won an interim title. I mean,
dude,
Josh Hokett's never
that
gonna.
that little bit he did when he won his Contender Series fight. Holy,
God, dude.
holy fuck, dude! I don't think we'll ever get anything that'll top that.
No. I mean, it's nothing better. I mean, the type of promos that I hear, you know, walking down the streets of Kansas City,
Bro,
from
it
the
sounded
crack,
like a
you know.
parody, low key. Like if you didn't know any better, you're like, oh, that's a parody.
I mean, I wonder how much of these guys believe it, but then I think about it.
I
I'm
think
like,
he does.
oh, I mean, dude, it's 2025. People are fucking insane. So yeah, I'm sure he does believe
I
it.
think
Like
he-
I've like back like 8 years ago when Colby started it, I'm like, I don't think Colby actually believes any of this.
Oh no.
You know, but now it's like everybody's like, oh yeah, dude. Like
I'm sure he has some right wing beliefs, but I think the whole thing is a facade.
I mean, dude, we have literal Nazis in the UFC, bro. Like a literal. What was it? AJ Cunningham?
yes.
Who, by the way, I don't think we talk about this at all. Could you? It's so funny that he's a Nazi with like an 11-9 record. Like, dude, like, it's just, how can you be like, I'm the master race, and then go out and get your ass kicked like 4 times in the UFC? You know what I'm saying? God, it's just ridiculous. What a loser. Anyways, and then that's not even getting into Bryce Mitchell, but like Bryce Mitchell needs medication, bro.
But he's kind of like rallied back. Did you see that? Like, yeah, kind of like a leftist opinion recently. That people
I think he called Trump the Antichrist, and I was like, you know, hey, let him cook. You know?
he said some other stuff that were like pro woman. I can't remember.
Well, and you know what? I feel like we got to be pro women. You know,
It's
As a
MMA.
woman-
It's
As
MMA
an MMA
feminist.
feminist. That's what I was about to say, man. MMA feminist, woman enjoyer over here. You know, like I love women. You know, so happy to see Bryce Mitchell say that if he did. Nonetheless, how about Jeremiah Wells defeating Themba Jurumbo? How about that? Themba coming in saying, "I'm willing to die for this."
I mean, I had
Instead,
higher hopes
you
for
know-
Themba in this one. It was kind of a letdown, to be
I gotta
honest.
be honest. Yeah, I mean, he's lost 2 in a row now, including to the corpse of Vicente Luque. I don't want to say he's cooked, but
Also, he lost to a 39-year-old. I mean, he wasn't 39 at the time. He
Yeah.
was 38, but I mean, he's basically
Yeah,
there.
but yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, well, he's gonna be turning 35 in a month, 2 months. Like, time's ticking for our boy Themba.
I mean, I think with him, it's more get as many fights as you can in to maximize your time. Maybe somehow eke out a second contract. Maybe like establish yourself as a vet and make decent money and have fun fights and
Yeah.
maybe fight some young up and coming guys. Maybe sneak some wins here and there. And
Yeah,
here's what it is. I think the ranked dreams for Themba are done. Like it had to happen with Vicente Luque, and it had to happen here with Jeremiah Wells.
I feel you. There's no way we can talk about this next fight without giving the full context. So, if you guys have not heard, and I'm sure you have, anybody who's listening to this pod by now, I'm sure you've heard the news. If not, Isaac Dogarian versus Yadir Yaval. Isaac Dogarian, I'd say a decently respected prospect, right? I feel like that's a way you'd categorize him for this fight. He was 7-1. Out of Kansas City, funnily enough. Maybe we'll have him on the pod. Probably not. He's going to be somewhere else soon. He was 7-1. Beat Brandon Marat, fought C-Rod, gave C-Rod a really good fight. And C-Rod's, legit in his own right. Taking on Yadir Yaval, who is 9-0. This is a solid prospect fight on paper. And then before the fight happened, in the hours before, Dogarian dropped from a 250 favorite to a -150 just prior to fight time, according to Best Fight Odds. And if you've not watched the fight, essentially, Isaac Dogarian gets taken down and submitted almost instantly. Didn't really try to fight the hands. Even
Got called out on it, I think, on the broadcast.
correct. In fact, for a guy who's actually really slick on the mat, trying to punch out of you're like, that's not what you do. Like, I'm a Gracie University white belt, and I know that you fight the hands, So, yeah. And And everybody, by the way, in the lead up to this, everybody kind of knew too, which is the craziest part. Like this broke before the fight happened. Everybody's like, some weird shit's happening. Like this is a rigged fight. Apparently, the UFC was warned by the FBI. Coordinated reporting. This is not my own sourcing. This is various reporting from Eric Hawani, Harry Mack, other various reporters. I have to say that for legality purposes. And essentially, the UFC let the fight go on, and they were warned by IC30, which is a betting integrity partner, for the fight. And as a result, they released Isaac Dulgarian immediately. The FBI is currently investigating the fight, including Isaac Dulgarian and their UFC as a whole. Dana White said the UFC is cooperating. We talk about the James Krause thing more than most podcasts because I feel like we didn't let that thing go. Like we still bring it up occasionally. Maybe it's because we have the Kansas City connection, maybe not. But
I mean, for a number of reasons, especially because the guy literally ruined his career. He was a very good coach. I think genuinely valuable.
Top
to
15 fighter in the world too at one point.
Had great analysis, like legitimately great analysis. Like outside of looking at the bed shit, like dude, like this guy ruined his career. Like I highly value James Krause a lot and valued his opinion and dude, to the point where I remember when Moreno was looking for a new coach, he talked about how like the one guy that stood out to him was James Krause. Mm-hmm. He said that there was no one else for him that he viewed in a way that was doing things and was talking to fighters a way uniquely to each fighter in a way and getting through to them like he was. And that was evident, dude. I mean, to the point where like you think back to that KKF fight and the instructions that he gives in the corner, and then goes out there and finishes the guy with a body kick, you know, and like, yeah, like there's a reason why I bring up the guy a lot in frustration because it's such like you piss that away, you know.
Well, and it's even, dude. This just show like I forget things about MMA about how like look MMA at its for all the good and bad it is. It's a I don't mean this in like the way that like most people mean it, but like it's a boys club. It's a small group. It's a very tight circle, and because of that, everybody knows everybody. And you know, like there is more opportunity for weird shit to happen when that's the situation. Even James Krause himself. Think back, dude. UFC 247, February 2020. Do you remember this card? This is the one he stepped up on a day's notice to fight Trevin Giles. I can't remember who he was coaching. Was supposed to fight. Maybe it was Julian Marquez or something. And he stepped up on a day's notice. In my opinion, won the fight. If you look up the MMA decisions, most people thought he won this fight. James Krause. There was a judge who was friends with Trevin Giles, who was like his former jiu-jitsu coach, from what I remember. I could be getting the story slightly wrong, who scored the fight for Trevin Giles like 30-27. James Krause loses presumably half his paycheck, yada, yada, yada. It's like, dude, like even like there's so many little things that go on in MMA that are just so sus. And like you had the whole situation. He didn't go to prison or anything, but he had to sell the Glory gyms and, you know, Derek Minner's career is over. James Krause's career is over. And it felt like that happened November of 2022. And like, it just, I don't want to say it got swept under the rug, but like people just forgot. And the UC's not going to bring it back up. Now here we are 3 years later, and it's like nothing's changed. They haven't really, outside of doing the whole, you guys can't bet if you're a coach, which, dude, I mean, they're going to probably do it anyway if they're that.
Get a buddy to do it for them too.
Yeah, they're just going to find a way around it. And these guys are making $12,000.
I mean, it's not really that hard for you to be like, talk to a friend in person, not even text, and be like, hey, you know, insert generic name.
I tore my ACL last week. I need to get surgery. I have $100 left in the checking account because I have not fought since last January or some shit, you know, like maybe I'll go down to the first. Maybe I will, you know, just so you know that. Maybe by sub, who knows? Like you can like. And the thing about MMA is like,
and sub pays more. You can tap and not
you can get it.
Not get a medical
you can
suspension.
Get super specific on it, you know. And it's like Isaac Dulgarian was just, and it's like God, like he's genuinely a good prospect, but it's like this kid's on probably a 12-12 contract. He hasn't made any money. So if somebody's coming to him, and here's the other part of this too, the names Vince Morales, I believe, and Vanessa Diamopoulos both came out and said that people had offered them money to throw fights. And I think they both ended up deleting their posts later on for legal reasons. I'm sure the FBI is going to talk about them. But it just shows you, like, whoever these people are, and a lot of the time, I'm sure it's mob connections. We just saw what happened with Chauncey Billups. It's like, they know that people don't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you're making $12,000 to fight, $12,000 to show, and somebody comes to you and they're like, here's $80,000 to go down in the first. That's a tough thing to say no to. It's not like Terry Rozier making $120 million a year. You know what I mean? Like it's much different.
Telling family members to throw everything in the kitchen sink on a certain line too.
Yeah, and according to Ira Hawani and Harry Mack and a couple other reporters who are following the story really, really closely, this is not a one-off issue. This is like a very legitimate problem the FBI is looking into, and who knows how deep this goes. Whether, because I know people are looking back like, this is a really weird referee moment right here. I'm not going to name any names. You guys can look into this, but like, you start thinking like, are these referee calls like actually just them not knowing what to do? Or is it them like letting one guy do this because maybe I want this fight to go a little bit longer? Maybe I threw some money down on this guy. Maybe I know somebody who knows somebody who threw some money down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it because there's still so much unknown. But yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say other than that, bro. I mean, it's awful.
I mean, like we said at the start of the show, dude, like to any fighter, ref, coach, whatever you may be that's involved in the sport, like before you consider taking these offers, and obviously it's very tempting. We all need money, you know, in this, unless you're very well off, you know, like it's hard to not maybe think about taking the easy way out, but these federal agencies will pursue you. You will be punished. You will be, you know, taken care of in whatever manner it will be, you know, whether it's, you know, financially or, incarceration, whatever it may be. I don't know exactly how I'm trying to word this here. I'm kind of losing myself, but
no, I see what you're saying. Like there's a lot unknown. It seems like if to the degree that is, okay, let me rephrase. If what is being alleged is to any degree true, there's a lot of people going to be going to prison. A lot of people, because you can't fuck with the money. I mean, I hate to say that. I hate to be the guy that acknowledges the reality, but these are billion-dollar corporations.
Also, these casinos hate losing money,
dude. I mean,
and they already don't want to be getting their money touched, paying money back. You know what I mean? And dude, a lot of these sports books didn't. I don't know if you saw. Not every sports book paid back money to people because of this fight.
Yeah,
only certain ones did or avoided it or whatever. Some people bet on this fight on their parlay or directly, and that's it. They lost whatever money it was. And hey, that's the risk you take wagering, but you at least want to you were robbed of people feel individually that they were robbed of a fair wager, which they were.
Yeah, dude, and you can't fuck with the money, dude. These are billion-dollar corporations, billion-dollar companies, and take a look at Gervonta Porter. Gervonta Porter is facing 20 years in prison in the U.S. He's because that's, you know, it's the NBA is a multi country league. He's under investigation in Canada too. Like, and throwing your life away, man. I mean, it's just, and like I said, for the NBA, I think it's a little bit different because a lot of these guys are making millions of dollars in the MMA world. Like, I know so many people who are broke. Like, we've seen fighters have to put on GoFundMe's to start a training camp.
Bro, we have fighters with blue pages, bro.
Yeah, and you know what?
Dude, no fighter should have to be making. I mean, I'm just gonna say literal pornography to get by. You know,
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing sometimes. And I'll say that as like an MMA fan. It's like, I don't even tell people I watch UFC anymore, bro. Honestly. Because it's like, I don't even wear the hoodie anymore. Like,
you watch the right-wing sport, brother?
And you know what's crazy? And some people who know me, people who know, there's some people I talked to recently who I haven't talked to in a few years. And they're like, so do you watch MMA? Like, I know you were really into that. It's like, and I'm sure they're asking me because they think I'm like a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm a big Max Holloway guy. You know,
I love Max Holloway. I love all those guys. Shout out Cody Gibson this week. I saw him on Twitter being like a huge Doron guy. I'm like, yo, Cody Gibson, like, caught me off guard. But nonetheless, bro,
he lost this past week. Though,
he
right?
did. Unfortunately, puts on some bangers though. So
he fought what, Alan Nascimento?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, man, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, this is the biggest news this week, so I feel like we spent a little bit longer on it. But yeah, I mean, people are going to go to prison if any of this is legit. Because the whole thing about the James Krause's thing is it's a lot of allegations, but presumably from what the FBI was able to find, how much of it was actually illegal. And also at the same time, there weren't policies in place, too. They weren't like coaches can't bet, fighters can't bet. This was November 2021 or whatever I said. Like very early on when sports betting was still becoming legalized around the country. Now it's nationwide. Like it's there's more money in
And
it.
you know, nothing about in hindsight about the James Krause situation. Maybe they were never able to prove. They were never able to prove that that the fight was like fully thrown. Like
Exactly.
they were able to maybe prove that these individuals did put wagers on their own fights, but not that the fight was purposely thrown. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I saw. Should we call up Jeff Molina right now? What's he doing? I saw Jeff Molina did an interview recently where he was asked about this, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, like James Krause and them, like the guy doesn't even he's not even involved in MMA anymore. Like,
No, he fully stepped away, which is like once again saddening as fuck. Because God, dude, I mean, forever will piss me off. Like this is one of my core memories of the sport that will live for me forever. Like you know how we were talking earlier about some football players with injuries that were career changing, and then that's it, and all you got is that memory, and it's like for me this is kind of the equivalent of that MMA where like it's just such a big what if that I'll never get to know what would have happened if he kept training Brandon Moreno. What if he stuck around and didn't keep doing these things? What if he kept just doing analysis? And
I mean, dude, even that's not even getting into the fighting. I mean, he had won 8 of his last 9 when he retired, and that one loss was that one that I said to Trevor Giles where he stepped up on a day's notice. I thought he won, and he got arguably robbed. Like he was top 15 in the world. And
like I said, the worst part is this guy gave like legitimately good betting advice too. Like to top it off,
a little bit too good.
A little bit too good. But like actually though, he would say things about like talking about values and how to bet on MMA.
I know he told me Shiloh first round TKO, and I was like,
no. But even outside of that though, like just
kidding.
There was
Legally, I'm kidding.
There was legit advice that he would give that I was like, oh, okay, like this changes my perspective on how to bet and how to be proactive and get value out of stuff.
I mean, he's not a dumb guy, and I think that's what made me so mad about it. Is like there are dumb guys in MMA. James Krause is not a dumb guy.
Like I said this years ago. I was like, the thing that pisses me off is I know that James Krause isn't a bad person, but he made a really dumb decision.
I mean, according to Megan Anderson, apparently he might not.
Well, and granted, I don't know that for
that's
a fact.
another part of that too, where she was like,
but granted, we never got any details. On
yeah,
that.
exactly. Just allegations.
But with what I know, James to me seemed like a decent guy who helped his guys. You know what I mean? Maybe a little too much, like you said earlier. But like seemed to give financial advice, got these guys to get properties, like have a career after MMA. And build something,
it's depressing.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's triggering because it's like it seemed like I said, I think it was just a total utter lapse of judgment, and it was several wrong decisions that inevitably hurt multiple people and himself in the end.
Well, and you have to wonder too, Isaac Bulgarian, former trained under James Krause, Kansas City native, and it's. Coincidence? I don't know. I mean, probably, but at the same time, it's like Jesus, dude. Like,
it doesn't look good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I'm not going to say anything more than that, but yeah, it just doesn't look good. I think we covered all we could on there, honestly. Rest of the card, how about Charles Radke?
Charles
Radke,
another win. This motherfucker stuck around, bro. This was a fight of who's getting.
But you know
cut.
what? You didn't say a slur, so maybe like not saying it, like he builds up like a power, like he's like Vegeta or something. Like he like just.
I fucking hate you.
Anyways, Alan Nascimento, like you said earlier, I beat Cody Durden, not Cody Gibson is who I'm thinking of. Cody Durden, I'm pretty sure is like the opposite of. Cody Durden isn't he like the hardcore Trump supporter? I think we mixed that up.
I don't know.
Who did Cody Gibson just fight? Because I know he just fought too. He just fought Coiling Ori.
But he got knocked out like in that first round in seconds, bro.
Yeah, he just fought Coiling Ori. That's who we're thinking of. Still a big Cody Gibson fan though. Guys put on some bangers. Shout out to him. Billy Elenka scoring a first round sub win over Kevin Christian. Solid stuff there for Billy Elenka. I like him at 205. Timothy Kwamba defeating Lee Cheng Ho. Dante Johnson defeating Cedric Dumas, and then. Dante Johnson's sticking up for Cedric Dumas in that post-fight interview, and
what a Chad. Give a Chad moment.
I was like, you know what? I could not disagree more. I'd be talking so much shit if I won. But that shows the character of Dante Johnson that he did not,
and that's important.
That's important. I genuinely. I mean, Cedric Dumas. I mean, he has 18 arrests for domestic violence, robbery, kidnapping. But you know what? Don't kick a man when he's down. Anyways, Norma Dumont should be getting a title shot now. Right?
Yeah.
I think we're actually pretty far past the point where she probably deserved one anyway. But I mean,
dude, no, they're gonna make her fight Eileen Perez.
Do you think Norma Dumont and
I can't wait for the promo that to be for fucking Eileen to go online and be like 50% off my blue page.
Do you think Norma Dumont and Mackenzie Dern can save the women's UFC? Like, do you think they can save?
No.
I think they can.
No, they can't.
I think the Brazilians...
Nothing can save this women's MMA right now.
Dude, I think Norma Dumont.
Women's
and
MMA is in
Brazilian
fucking
MMA.
shambles, and I don't know if it can be fucking saved. I just said that live on air. Yes.
I mean, I don't know, man. No, Mackenzie Dern's champ. Norma Dumont's gonna be champ. Who's it?
Fucking dude, no. Like these. Unfortunately, this generation of women is not going to save the sport. This generation of women in this sport right now are the fucking detriment because they don't know how to fucking promote.
It's awful to me that Kayla.
That was such an MMA guru take right there. I felt.
No, but you're not wrong because like this is just a random thing. But like, why doesn't Kayla Harrison have a fight booked? She's like the only star you have.
Well, granted though, they're doing the Amanda fight. We know it's the Amanda fight, but we don't.
Know,
but Amanda needs time to prepare.
So
Amanda needs to prepare. They're trying to find a date. They're trying to find the right time to do it. And then they're not gonna make a dude. She's not gonna fucking headline. They're not gonna let her headline. If Amanda, that's the other thing.
If Amanda needs time to prepare, then like give her more time to prepare. But like she won the belt 6 months ago. No fight booked,
bro. They're gonna and
give her Norma Dumont.
And I don't know who she's gonna co-headline with either. Anyways,
she's gonna fight in the White House. Let's be clear. She's an Olympian for fuck's sake. Like there's
she came out and she made it sound like it could have happened earlier.
Yeah, which I mean, that's such a layup to throw her on the White House card, but they may not do it because just timing wise, and they have to fight. Yeah, they have to fill the fight schedule, and I don't know. But yeah, shout out Norma Dumont. Should be getting a title shot. Alice Ardelene, you should talk about the blue pages. Defeats Montserrat Ruiz.
Actually, she got a blue page.
Yeah, I think she's one of the OGs who had a blue page, like way back in the day. Pre UFC, I believe.
The first one I remember was Hannah Goldie.
Yeah, I think so. Hannah Goldie and
Eileen Perez.
Kay Hansen, former Invicta, which rode that train the wrong way, huh? I was really hyping her up back in the day.
Yeah, but she was just too young.
Yeah, I think if she spent more time in Invicta, I think she's probably in the UFC right now.
Too young, and they didn't give her the proper build up to help her improve and all that.
Yeah, disappointing.
Dude, it was crazy though, because I remember she was fighting the UFC, and I'd see her post like on her Twitter being like, "Hey guys, I'll play video games for you for X amount of time if you pay me this much." Yeah, dude, like that's the shit that we were seeing back when.
Kay, she follows me on Twitter. I'm biased, but make your money, girl. But
do your thing, right?
Do your thing.
Some people sell pickles. Some people, sell pictures of their asshole. That's fine. I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying some people do.
Talia Ansadakar defeating Ariane Condelosi. Ariane Condelosi, disappointing. I thought actually. She's the most jacked woman in the UFC. Put on some fun fights in the past.
One of the most tested fighters one year too, which was
correct. Which if you look at her, it's like no shit, But disappointing performance.
Dude, that's all chicken and rice, bro.
Chicken and rice, bro. But yeah, I mean, ELYXR, she's great on the mat. Not surprised she could get a sub win. I thought Ariane Condelosi was gonna bring that dog out, but I guess not.
Dude, this has been such an unhinged show. Like I'm thinking about it, talking about betting, talking about fighters having blue pages, talking about how the women's division, like just the women's. All the women's MMA is in fucking shambles, dude.
And it makes me so mad because like they just need to make a few moves here and there, and then we're like, dude, we're back, we're back. Book some Kayla Harrison fights, dude. Weili Zhang and when is that fight happening with Shevchenko? Isn't it happening very very soon? Like next week maybe?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, like once that happens, maybe you book a couple of fights. Then women's MMA will be back. You just got to put a little bit of investment into it, but they're not going to. Anyways. UFC Vegas 111 going down this weekend.
I know this card gives you a fucking erection, Josh.
Dude, there's nothing that gets me fired up more than Tisha Pennington versus Denise Gomez. Mayra Buena Silva. How about Haider Emil versus Jamil Emmers? Ricky Simone's on it, Anyways, main event, Gabriel Bonfim, Randy Brown. I'm a big Gabe fan, man. 18-1. He has the boxing record. He's very slick in the striking. He's also good on the mat, He is coming off of what I thought was a really bad decision win over Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which Wonderboy's 42 now, and Bonfim's 28 in his prime, and he still couldn't do much. Disappointing, but he did get the win technically. Makes you wonder after all the controversy we talked about.
He skidded by.
He did skid by. Randy Brown, though, 35. A guy that just seems to be hitting his prime, though. If you take a look at his record, his only losses since 2021 is to Jack Della Maddalena and Brian Battle. That's it. And some of the names in there, Cowboy Oliveira, Chaos Williams, Francisco Trinaldo, Muslim Selikov, Ilizuz dos Santos, and Nicholas Dalby.
A lot of old cats, though.
A lot of old cats, but still some guy. I mean, I feel welterweight at the top levels. Honestly, pretty old right now. But it was pretty old, I guess.
Not anymore. Now it's young. Yeah. Now it's in
now, yeah, I was about to say.
Welterweight's the best division in the
guys
in the sport
right now. But regardless,
been saying that for a few years now, 2 years at least.
regardless, this should be a fun fight. It's not the craziest fight on paper. Could you argue that, it's a guy who's ranked 15 versus a guy who's unranked, should be main event. It's an Apex card. What are you going to do? According to the current line from our friends over at BetMGM, and Gabriel Bonfim a -185. Randy Brown coming back as a +150. Give me your thoughts on the fight. Who you got? What do you think of those odds?
I'm conflicted, right? Because obviously there's been some falters there with Bonfim, and he hasn't been able to recreate what he did in those first two fights when he got to UFC, which were just so like I think it was 2 submission wins to start off the career. Then the loss to Dalby came around, and then some performances after that, in my opinion. For Randy Brown though, it's been like the battle of like just being on the verge, right? Like hasn't been able to really break through at 170. Can he do it now? I'm gonna pick him very hesitantly because I just got questions about Bonfim. With Randy Brown, it's like he's 35, he's established, he knows what he needs to do. He's good, he's capable of getting finishes. He beat Dalby, who beat fucking Bonfim for one MMA math there, like. Fucking prove us wrong here, man. And you hear him talk and you can tell like he wants it and he's saying it, but it's like, prove it to me now. Prove it to me. You've been so close. Breakthrough. And granted, obviously the JDM loss obviously is aged well, if we can say that, because now JDM, has a title and is about to fight Islam. And then Battle, Battle was, in my opinion, a very good fighter before he got cut. Obviously having issues with the weight, but
very good fighter.
But very good in my opinion.
Yeah, he wasn't cut for, performance.
Yeah. So I really kind of want to see Randy Brown break through here. It'd be a feel-good moment. Obviously, Bonfim would maybe be more ideal because he's younger, but so be it. Let's see some magic happen, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like you said, I'm very much in agreement with you. I've been going back and forth about it all week. I want to believe in the upside of Gabriel Bonfim. I want to believe when he came in, like you said, the Lazaz win, the Shevin Giles win, choked out Chaos Williams. I don't know, man. I'm going Randy Brown, man. I kind of like the dog here. I mean, he's taller. He has a big reach advantage, 6-inch reach advantage. And as far as I'm concerned, 6 inches, that's all you need. And he's slick on the feet, good on the mat.
Took me a second. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, no, but look, he's got power in both hands. I was really impressed with that Nicholas Dalby win where he just went.
He just went for it.
And honestly, that's kind of what I like seeing out of Randy Brown, man. He has all the physical attributes. It feels like it's only until the last few years he's gotten the mental right. I'm going to take him, man. Take Randy Brown. I think he's going to break into the rankings. And I think he's one of those guys that, like, he sees the windows closing and he's maximized it to his fullest potential. And I'm excited to see it. And I think Gabriel Bonfim, look, he's 28. Even if he loses this one, career's not over yet. But I think, seeing him struggle with the striking of Wonder Boy, who, almost a decade older than Randy Brown in his own right. You know what I mean? Like, and I love Wonder Boy, but still kind of washed to the heavens at this point. So I don't know. That was a really bad performance. If Gabe comes through and proves me wrong, I'll honestly be happy with it. But yeah, man, I like Randy Brown here. Co-main event, dude, flyweights. Flyweights at the co-main event.
I can't believe it's these two guys in the co-main event. It feels very weird. Don't get me wrong. I'll watch it. I'll enjoy it because I do like both these guys.
Well,
but
and it seems like they're trying to, I don't want to say they're trying to push Joseph Morales here, but he did win tough.
And he looked fucking good.
He did, and he's won a few fights. Ever since leaving the UFC years ago, he's undefeated. So I like it. Matt Schnell, and I actually kind of got to disagree with you a little bit because Matt Schnell is probably the most do or die fighter at 125 pounds. I believe he has like 3 or 4 fight of the night bonuses under his belt. That fight, I always think of the Sumo Tajiri one where it looked like a crime scene. Just a lot of the Brandon Royval fight too. I mean, he had so many good ones. Coming off a winner with Jimmy Flick. I'm gonna take Joseph Morales here, cautiously because I like the well-roundedness. I like the fact that he is younger. I like the fact that he hasn't taken nearly as much damage as Matt Schnell. And I could see him just flipping the script on Matt Schnell because Matt Schnell comes to bang and just do some crazy shit. I could see Joseph Morales just going there, fuck that. I'm taking this man down. I'm sticking on him like glue. I believe he's won 3 of his last 4 by sub. So I'm gonna go and take Joseph Morales. What do you think?
I'm in the same boat, dude. Morales looked fucking good in that fucking tough finale.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he looked a level above his opponent.
Yeah.
And I was, like, going into it, I had seen some of the other guys' fights, and I'd seen some Morales' fight, obviously, beforehand. But when everything did happen the night of, I was like, dude, this guy looks like a legit ranked prospect. Like, this guy looks like he's going to do some shit in this division. And clearly, UFC kind of feels the same way because they're giving him Matt Schnell, who was ranked, has beat ranked fighters, and is a tough out for anybody, and is willing to go in there and go out on a shield.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. And yeah, man. And for a guy like Matt Chanel, like that kind of plays into like, he's do or die. He's not gonna be champion, and you can kind of he plays into that a little bit too much. I think like if he was a little bit cleaner, he probably has a couple more wins in UC. But yeah, man, I'm gonna take Justin Morales. Could I see him flipping the script? Absolutely. I mean, he beat Jimmy Fook last time out. Jimmy Fook's very good on the mat as well, so he could prove that like if he fights a clean fight, he could pull it off here. But I'm taking the younger blood. How about this fight? Honestly, should be co-main event if I'm being honest. Muslim Salikov, Uros Medic. Not because like they're necessarily like gonna. I mean, neither one of these guys are ranked, but it just feels like the higher name value. And also, Muslim Salikov's won 3 or 4 in a row, and he's 41 years old. I mean, the ageless wonder, Muslim Salikov. We also got Chris Padilla, Isabel Bonfim, the other Bonfim bro.
Taco me.
Yes, dude, I love that fight. Ricky Simone, Ryan Barcelos. That's a banger at 135, man. I mean, that's a really, really good fight. I'm still I won't say a Ricky Simone believer because at this point he's, 33, but I still think, he's won 2 in a row.
I had hopes, but I think I need to give him up.
Yeah, he's a hot or cold guy. I could see him making a run to top 15, but not much more than that. CLD. I'm still a Christian Leroy Duncan believer, taking on Marco Tulio at 185, where, there's not a lot of actual wrestlers out there, not a lot of grapplers out there, man. I like CLD a lot, man. He's 12-2. He knocked out Eric Anders with just beautiful spinning back elbow last time out. Just deaded him. So I still think he's one of the more interesting and fun guys in 185. High hopes there. Hyder Emil, Jamal Emmers, Myra Bueno Silva, nearly former champion Myra Bueno Silva. MBS, who needs a win. And it sucks, dude, because Shitara, man, I loved that run that she was on a couple of years ago, man. She was just subbing women out left and right. And then she failed the drug test, and she's just not been the same. I don't think she tested for anything crazy.
And it was like Adderall.
Yeah, something weird. But ever since then, she's just not been the same.
Her opponents look good, though. Jacqueline Cavalcanti.
Yeah.
Just looks solid.
Yeah. Oh, she's good. Yeah. I mean, the Nightmare, Jacqueline Cavalcanti. By the way, one of the more badass women nicknames. Your boy, Josh Hogan.
It's not my boy, but...
No, your boy, Josh Hogan.
But he cracks me up.
6-0, former 49er. Gonna be fighting here against Max Jimis,
jiu-jitsu player, former jiu-jitsu player. I think IBJJF champion.
Ooh, okay.
So it's kind of like wrestler kind of versus jiu-jitsu guy.
I like that. Miles Johns, Daniel Marcos, that's fun. Tisha Pennington, Denise Gomez, I brought that one up earlier. The fact that Tisha Pennington is still fighting, it's kind of crazy to me. And then I look it up, and it's like she's only 35.
She's actually kind of on a decent little winning streak too. Like she has 2 losses in between there, but like you see how they're sandwiched. Yeah. Like that doesn't look bad.
2 in a row, 5 her last 7.
Granted, though, she had that questionable Esparza win that. Well, not even questionable. She didn't win that shit.
She didn't. She did not. And then Jasmine McVeigh taking on Zachary Reese to open up the card.
With that. That's a really fun. I really like that fight.
Yeah, that's a really, really fun opener. Nonetheless, man. Anything else you want to go and talk about on this card before we go and move on?
No, I mean, look, I think I gotta say it. I think it's actually a good card. Like maybe you look at it at first and at glance, you're kind of like, the main event, maybe not the biggest name. Same with the co-main event, but I kind of like the matchups. I like a lot of the fights themselves, to be honest.
Yeah,
like selfishly, like
it's a genuine. It's one of those cards.
It's a hardcore card.
Yes, thank you. It's not going to be anything too crazy, but it should be fun, man. It should be fun. Anyways, we'll go and move on to the news. Only a couple of things to hit. This one, I gotta tell you, it brought a smile to my face. As somebody who's so over it. Jake Paul, Tank Davis, officially off. No longer happening. It was originally set for November 15th, I believe. November 14th, actually. And we had some more allegations come at Gervonta Tank Davis. And that combined with a lack of ticket sales and overall not much interest in the fight. I remember they had the press conference in Miami and it was empty. Fight's off. And I got to tell you, as somebody who's done with the exhibitions, I'm thrilled about it. I think that exhibitions are the dumbest thing in boxing. I think there was a point in time where maybe you could do it and you could throw some old guys in there. But once you start getting guys in their prime doing these ridiculous non-fights, it's dumb. If it was a real fight, I'd be all about it, but it wasn't. Angel, give me your thoughts. Are you disappointed at all that this fight's not happening?
I mean, different. Like I said, I've kind of like I've told you, dude. I've enjoyed the Jake thing to an extent. Obviously, I'm not like I don't look forward to each fight, but I've liked watching it.
You're not a Jake Paul fan. You're a shit show fan.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
And I'm the Pride guy, bro. Like I watch I watch all those old Pride fights on Halloween. I mean, they had the little Pride. Like
I will say, out of all the
players.
Jake things, though, this one was like
jump the shark,
Looney Toony as fuck.
Yeah. I mean,
it was the most Looney Toony one out there.
Yeah, because that's one thing for you to be like fighting a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, but like at least that's a real fight. Like it's a pro fight. Like the fact that Jake Paul has a win over Mike Tyson on the record, like it makes me want to puke anytime I look up Mike's Wikipedia page.
But it's there.
But it's there, and it was a real fight, and real punches landed. You know what I mean? Like Mike went for it in the first 2 rounds. He didn't win, but he landed some shots, and he's what it is. He's old. Gervonta Davis in his prime and coming off of a gifted decision. So it's like, and it's not even a real fight.
Gervonta Davis should be rematching
Lamar Roach.
Yeah,
like that was an awful decision. He lost that fight. Even if you don't think he lost the fight, he still should have lost the fight because he didn't take the point when he got knocked down because he took a knee. So, one of the worst things I've seen in boxing in a long time was this whole fight. I'm happy it's off. The rumor is Jake hit up a bunch of people, Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward. He hit up, I think Carl Froch was one of them. Who else? Francis Ngannou, Anthony Joshua. None of them. By the way, I wonder how much of that is real. I don't know for sure.
I mean, I'm gonna assume they all are. I feel like the Francis one is because I think he even said something about it.
The Francis one's real because Francis came out and admitted it. But I wonder, like it's like whenever I was 15, I asked out.
I will say people shit on him for not trying to get some of those, not fighting any of those guys. But it's like he did reach out.
That's
He's
true,
just not getting them.
Yeah, it's true. But also at the same time, it's like.
Granted, if he got if the Francis one would have been like,
I would love the Francis.
I would have been like respect. You know what I mean? You'd have to tip that one.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love that. Francis was like, no, dude, like I'm above this, and which I kind of respect that too, because he's like, I'm not getting pulled into this shit show.
But if you're getting paid though, granted, I don't think they can offer him the kind of money he would want.
And Francis made a lot of money already.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't need this.
That's what I'm saying. Like he could take a pay cut, but not as big of one that they're probably going for.
Point being, though, I was going to say this. It's like, he went out and offered these guys, but it's one thing to go and offer when they're going to say no. It's like, for example, when I was 16, I asked out a lot of girls. I knew they were going to say no, but hey, shoot or shoot. I don't care if I go 0 for 30. I'm still shooting. That means you have not lost confidence. Okay? So, look, for Jake Paul, he kind of knew most of these guys were going to say no. Was that funny? Was that a good bit? I thought it was.
I cringed a bit.
No, what are you going to do? Look, he knew a lot of these guys were going to say no. Apparently, the realistic one is Nate Diaz, which, look.
Oh, man, we need that one again.
I mean, I thought it was. Look, apparently this fight, the rumor is it's going to be moved forward a month. If on a month's notice, Nate's not a bad replacement, I guess. I mean, he's coming off of he beat Jorge last year in the boxing rematch or whatever. I don't know. I don't really care, but yeah, I'm happy Tank's not doing this. Maybe we'll get Tank involved in some real fights at some point. I don't know. I mean, he's a 30-year-old prospect, so we'll see. It's crazy that we're still here. And it's like his biggest one is like Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia with the weight hydration. Like it's crazy. If you would have told me how his career would have turned out, I just wouldn't believe it. Because this could be the end. Like he said, he was going to retire after this. Now
he beat Isaac Cruz too.
That you know what? That's actually that was also short notice too, and dealing with Isaac Cruz had an injury too. I think there's a lot goes into it. Nonetheless, here's the last subject of the day. I just want to even tell you about it. I don't know how much you've seen about this. Roadhouse 2, Angel. Are you excited for Roadhouse 2?
I heard mild rumors about this. Would Conor be coming back for it?
No. So Roadhouse 2 is officially going to be going down. They teased Conor returning, but obviously since then, since that fight came out in 2023, he had a rape lawsuit. He's had a lot of drug stuff. He's apparently got into politics. He's going to be fighting again.
He found God.
Angel. He found God.
He's a fight promoter now.
Yeah, Amazon didn't want to deal with that, I guess. Amazon MGM was like, nah, man, I'm good. So he's not going to be in the movie. Instead, the people who will be replacing him, Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler will star in the sequel. Other fighters include Wonderboy Thompson, Michael Page, Mr. I'll beat your ass, Tyron Woodley is going to be in it, Rico Verhoeven, and also the return of Jay Haran, who was in the first one. What is happening with this cast?
I'm with it.
Dude, it's so funny that they're like, dude, we can't bring back Connor. Let's just go get 2 of his rivals, bro.
Dude, actually, that's kind of like a low-key a fuck you.
They should just cast Dustin Poirier as his character and just have him do an Irish accent the whole time, bro.
What if they brought Habib back into, dude? Like, they got Habib.
I think you just cooked. I think you just came up with the perfect idea, dude. You have Habib replace Connor.
Habib, Joe Duffy in there.
Joe Duff. Oh my god. Yeah, they just don't even acknowledge that Connor's not there anymore. Like
Joe Duffy's actually like Joe Duffy takes over Connor's role.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know.
They get Artem Lobov too as a villain.
I don't know why we have not been.
Ali Abdelaziz in there too.
Yeah, dude, you know it, bro.
Just trigger the fuck out of this man, right?
So funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about this. I'll say, dude, MMA and MMA movies are popping for whatever reason right now, bro. We have this. We have the Smash Machine, the Christy Martin movie. I guess that's boxing, but that's coming out soon too. With Sydney Sweeney, and I think there's like another biopic involving a boxer and MMA fighter coming out soon. So, anyways, that's all I got. Anything else you want to talk about before we bounce out of here, man?
No, nothing specifically. I mean, we kind of recapped everything. I think we're coming back to a pay-per-view show, so that's gonna be fun.
MSG, man. MSG, the best card of the year generally.
That's Islam and JDM, right?
Yes, it is.
Which I mean, that's gonna be. Is that gonna end up being the biggest fight of the year in the end?
I think it will, man. That is an unreal fight. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I think JDM might flip this whole sport on.
If he does, I mean, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Do you see Craig Jones? This is the last thing before you leave. Do you see Craig Jones' post?
No.
He look. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
Bits and pieces throughout time.
So at this part in Pulp Fiction where like you see the back of this guy's head, Marcellus Wallace, and he's talking about to Bruce Willis, and who's I believe plays the boxer in the movie, and he's like, I want you to fucking go down in the first. I want you to fucking go down. And Craig Jones posted that of like himself like in the corner, and he photoshopped Islam face over him, and then he DM'd Islam and showed like a DM to Islam like, how much to have you go down for?
Jesus.
Because all this betting stuff is happening. Craig Jones, funniest man in MMA. According to Gable Stevenson, he apparently also wanted to throw the fight. I mean, one of those guys. Yeah,
Gable. That's a whole nother topic.
Gable. Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about him at all. But I also feel there's a lot to say until they get to the UFC.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like he did what he was supposed to do in dirty boxing. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm at Josh Shivanoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _1 at Courtside Sound for all things relating to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed and enjoy the fights this weekend. We'll be back next week for the pay-per-view. Peace.